Oh, I don't know about you guys, but the music seems inexplicably absent for some reason. Don't know why, it just seems that way. Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, this is not the typical place where I come to do live streams on a weeknight. No, this is a place all completely different. And it is here where we will continue to take on the main story of Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward Patch 3.4, as now we get to show off the various side content. So with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here in Novaura Autism for another edition of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward, and we are with Mathia this evening, as we will be taking on a couple of things that we'll be focusing on in regards to side content that we're interested in. Point 4. Before I mention where we are going this evening, though, a bit of a thing that I brought up in last night's Day in the Life webcast with Corinne over at Tales of Eorzea. Hey there, 10-Minute Wayne, good to see you this evening. We're going to be taking on this thing. But before I show you where we're going, you might remember last night during the Tales of Eorzea webcast that I had the opportunity to show the fact that I had Corinne's hair dyed pink in recognition of the fact that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I know what you're probably thinking, like, what did you do with Mathia? Because, yeah, we're looking at him, but nothing on him looks pink. Well, not at first glance, but once we zoom in on him and change over the perspective on him, you'll notice that I've had him pay a visit to Jean Delane, the esthetician, and he's gotten some pink highlights in his hair to temporarily replace the white ones that he usually has. And as a further demonstration of solidarity for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we've also given him some additional pink face tattoos to go with the standard cat tats that he is known for. So, yeah, we gave him some extra pink paint for his face just for him to wear over the course of the next couple of weeks as I do my part to show my support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, tonight we are going to be continuing on with the Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward Let's Play by making our way, first of all, to the city of Ishgard. Because there's not one main challenge that we're going to be taking on, there's two. So let's go off now to Ishgard, to the Holy See, and show off where we are going tonight. Now, I believe I know where they both are. I just need to look at the map to reaffirm where they are. Just so that I'm not getting it wrong. A gazebo to call our own? I think I know which one is... Okay, yeah, so there's Seer, and he's part of the Hildibrand mysteries, but I have someone else in mind to focus the attention on for right now. The person I want to focus my attention on right now, I believe, is going to be likely over in the... Yeah, they're likely going to be over in the pillars, so why don't we make our way over there right now. So I want to go to, if I remember correctly, St. Raimundo's Cathedral for this one. Strange that way of life has changed in Ishgard, but the music hasn't changed. It's kind of weird. This reads 60, yes it is, okay. So yeah, we're exactly where I expected we would be. So let's go ahead and change into my Grand Company uniform with the Twin Adder, and we'll proceed to make our way into the cathedral. Because if you remember back to patch 3.15, we came into this cathedral to help out the students of St. Endelim's Scholasticate, a place for aspiring young priests to come into these hallowed halls and become priests themselves. But of course, because of the fact that we pretty much blew the lid wide open and blew the roof off of this place as far as how teaching is conducted in this place, it created a divide within the various members of the student body those who wanted to go down a more moderate road, and others who wanted to stay consistent with the more hardline approach that the Archbishop and his predecessors had been conveying for centuries on end. Hey there, Miguel, good to see you this evening, glad you could join us. So that brings us back here to St. Raymond Oates Cathedral, where St. Enolem's Scholasticate is. Now in patch 3.15, one thing that they did was they brought back a particular character. This character within the Realm Reborn storyline was actually kind of the polar opposite of Inspector Hildibrand, and that was Inspector Briarden. And so here in Heavensward, he comes here to St. Enolem's Scholasticate to figure out why things are going the way they are, because at the end of the previous story, back in patch 3.15, there was a student who went missing. And so because of that, there is now concern for that student's well-being, and they're trying to figure out if it is consistent with the new direction that the church is going in Ishgard, or if it is more have to do with the hardline approach that some of the students wish to retain. So let's go ahead and speak with Inspector Briarden to continue on the story of St. Enolem's Scholasticate. Let's speak with him to take on the level 60 challenge entitled Divine Reckoning. Briarden appears to be lost in thought. If it isn't my trusted associate back from the field, as you will doubtless have seen for yourself, a change is sweeping through Ishgard, and the veil which once threatened to smother the hearts and minds of our people is slowly but surely being lifted. It is as if our fair city has been born anew, and it is in large part thanks to you. Which is not to say our problems have come to an end. No, this silent struggle between the low-born and high-born goes on, growing more factious by the day. I have come to believe that someone somewhere is fanning the flames of hatred to further their own ends, and I am convinced now more than ever that Ula's sudden disappearance, along that side that of volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity, is no mere coincidence. Both she and it, after all, were passionate advocates of equality among men. As to who is responsible and what their true intentions might be, I cannot say. Ascertaining these things will no doubt require that we first find the missing girl, and as of this moment our best hope of learning her whereabouts may rest on discovering the fate of the book. As such, I shall continue searching for any clue which may lead us to the missing tome. In the meantime, I ask that you trouble the students for any information they might have on Ula. Failing that, find out if they have witnessed any unusual occurrences around this Scholasticate. Anything at all. Well then, let us be about it. And so, we're going to go ahead and speak with the students within St. Enolem's Scholasticate. Hey there, Mom, good to see you this evening. Glad you could join us. And I don't want to leave the cathedral, I want to go into where the Scholasticate is. And we want to speak with the lectors to gain passage to the students' entrance. Yes, please allow me inside, so I can speak with the students. The would-be priests of the days to come. Starting, we might as well go from left to right, starting with this despondent seminarian. Blessy has been so distracted lately, I'm lucky if I can get a simple good morning from her. Ever since Ula left, she's been rushing about the city like a madwoman, looking for any information she can find on the girl, that she might have an excuse to talk to Theo Monson. And then, we'll focus on you two we'll focus on you at the end because you actually are relevant to the story itself. What about this sincere seminarian? What does he have to say? One of the seniors told me she had been diagnosed with something called, Lohngrat, and that she's too weak to attend any of her classes. Thinking back, I did hear her coughing from time to time, but I had no idea it was anything so serious. Oh, Lohngrat, okay. What about this stern seminarian? The lessons of Volume 11 seemed to resonate deeply with Ula. She would often stay up into the small hours reading and rereading them. Mayhap they spurned her to steal away in the night and take up with the revolutionaries. Perish the thought. Oh, Arkham Badin, yeah. I guess we're gonna have to speak with you guys eventually, so out with it. How many times must I say this? Ula was not coerced into leaving. Nor was she abducted, nor did she die from a fictitious disease. She quit the Scholasticate of her own free will for reasons only known to her and the Fury. Really, is it so difficult to understand? You didn't have to be all angry at me about that. And what about Jonchette? We're ending with you. The only really unexpected change I've seen of late is in Lee's attitude towards Novaura. He seems ready to have warmed to him. Why, he even went so far as to initiate a conversation the other day. He spoke to me, 'tis true, but 'twas not out of fondness. He merely hates me very slightly less than he values Ula's safe return. And it's Saturn Noir who will conclude our conversations with the students and the other members of the Scholasticate. Oh, welcome back, Master Griffin. What a pleasant surprise it is to see you. How might I be of service to you this day? Well, if you can give us some information, that would be great. Thiaume-san? Ah, in the wake of Ula's withdrawal, he and Lee have been devoting their every waking moment to the task of uncovering her whereabouts. They are quite adamant that the girl must be found and persuaded her to resume her studies here. As a matter of fact, they approached me earlier today to beg leave to travel to Gorgain Mills, claiming that a trip there would yield the information that they needed to accomplish their aim. No sooner had I granted their request than they rushed off. Such compassion and eagerness to serve others is a rarity even among the clergy. I cannot tell you how proud I am of what fine young men they have become. And so it's the Kerthus Western Highlands that we must warp to, so let's proceed directly to there. And we're not even going to speak with our good friend Inspector Briarden, we're just going to the Western Highlands. Like, should he know about that stuff? I mean, he is our companion on these mysteries in St. Endelim's Scholasticate. It's only fitting that he should know about that sort of thing. It kind of seems fair, you know? So yeah, let's make our way now out here to Falcon's Nest, where a low-lying fog has settled in. But yeah, Gorgain Mills is a bit of distance out. It's not just at the edge of where Falcon's Nest is. It's quite a bit of distance. In fact, if I can show you guys on the map, this is actually quite a familiar location, because it is where we first encountered a sail, aka Iceheart, here in Heavensward's storyline. So we're making our way out here now to kind of see what else has been going on, because yeah, within the context of the Heavensward storyline, Gorgain Mills has actually been featured quite prominently. So perhaps it's not much of a surprise that within the St. Endelim's Scholasticate mystery storyline that we will once again be making our way here. It's right over there where a sail, aka Iceheart, was chilling out. But we're not going in the house over there. It looks like we're going over where this graveyard is. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, among all these tombstones. Thiaume-san, you look like you're paying your respects? But who are you paying your respects to? Mathia, it is really you? That we should be reunited thus amid the snowy peaks of Kerthus is, why, it's nothing short of a miracle. I sense the hand of the divine at work. Helone has answered our prayers. Theo, Mathia has no idea what you're talking about. By all means explain, but do it slowly, and from the beginning. My apologies. Excitement got the better of me. Mathia, this is the resting place of Father Choiseau, the man who found room in his heart for two waifs from the street, granting them the opportunity to rise above their station in life. And he's referring to you two, of course, I'm guessing? Do you perchance recall that the book that was stolen from Theo and burned by that lost soul we once thought of as a brother? It was one of the last mementos we had of the man. Now all that's left is to remind us of him is this place. Indeed, and while we come often here to seek solace and guidance in his blessed presence, today our purpose is more practical. With our search for Ula at an impasse, we had hoped he might grant us inspiration. And that is why I believe our meeting with you here in this hour of need is a sign from above, mayhap the work of Father Choiseau himself. I take from this that we are not meant to bear this burden alone, that the obstacles we face can only be surmounted by working in concert with others. Ula's disappearance has thrown the Scholasticate into turmoil, and the long-simmering mistrust between those of noble and ignoble birth has boiled over into outright hatred. Now more than ever, we must seek to join hands with like-minded souls who understand that this malice will only serve to sow further discord. Like-minded souls, such as you. I am reminded of the words of Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic Polity. Of the Fury's love will all men receive, and by the balance of her spear will all be set free. We must strive to love our neighbor even as we love ourselves, just as Helone does. To do otherwise is to defy her will. Yes, and while we will surely be rewarded for our tolerance, the highborn bastards who would sooner pretend that passage doesn't exist won't be so lucky. While they may even find themselves on the receiving end of a spear for everything they put us through. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? We still haven't found a single clue as to Ula's whereabouts. Fear not, Lee. With Mathia at our side, I have faith that we shall find her, and that she will soon retake her rightful place in the hallowed halls of St. Endelim's Scholasticate. I hope you're right. At any rate, we've done what we can do, so there's no point in freezing our asses off out here. Until we meet again, Mathia. I'm certain we will see the two of you again this evening. So this one completes by going back to Ishgard. Yeah, pretty simple, straightforward task, actually. Just talk to a few people in the Scholasticate, then come out here to see our two main protagonists within the Scholasticate storyline, and then make our way back here. So back to St. Raymond's Cathedral. Alright, let's go back on inside. Because I'm sure the people at the Scholasticate are waiting for us. Well, some more than others. Hello again. Of course. Yes, just allow me passage so I can speak with Saturnois and hear what he has to say. Good thing that is that the icon gives him away. Saturnois? Master Griffin, I trust you were able to find Théomonson and Lee? Yeah, I did, and here's what they were doing. Oh, I see. Yes, so the two of them have always shared a special bond with Father Choiseul, one that only seems to have grown stronger with his passing. It is encouraging to see that they have taken their lessons to heart and continue to work so fervently for the good of their fellow students. I fear, however, that a dark and treacherous path lies ahead of them. I only pray that when the time comes, they are ready for whatever challenges await. And I'm sure you'll lead us in that direction with the next challenge we'll be doing, entitled Through the Grapevine. Father Saturnois wears a troubled frown. Master Griffin, just the man I was hoping to see. I didn't go anywhere, I've been behind you this entire time. I'm sorry to say that a rather disturbing rumor has been circulating around the Scholasticate of late. One which claims that Autism arranged for Ula to be taken away. That the boy scorns those who favor different interpretations of the scriptures I do not deny, but I labor to believe he would go so far. To engage in such conduct would not only risk his own position as prefect, but the very honor of House Samal, both of which mean a great deal to him. Regretfully, no one seems to know whence these ridiculous rumors came. They could have been concocted by anyone, and for any number of reasons. In any event, with many still unsure as to what to make of Ula's sudden withdrawal, these wild accusations have only served to deepen the divide between our seminarians. At this rate, I fear others may decide they no longer wish to remain at the Scholasticate, and so I would be most grateful if you would consent to investigate this matter. Should you oblige my request, I suggest you begin by speaking with Labrassois. I am told he has spent the past few days looking into Ula's activities prior to her departure, likely with the intent to absolve Autism of suspicion. And he's in the pillar somewhere, alright? But we do not know where specifically, and we won't know until we actually leave the Scholasticate and find out. So where exactly in the pillars would our man be? Oh, he's actually right near the last vigil. He's actually right out near House Portant. Well then, let's make the quick warp then over to the last vigil. And we'll go from there. Alright, so now where is our man? Because yeah, he could be anywhere. This is a huge amount of real estate to cover. Like, we know what the icon to start a quest looks like, but we are looking for the icon that continues the quest, and so yeah, he's right over here. Oh, hey, Artural is here, of House Fortam. Hey Artural, how have you been? We didn't get the chance to speak to you in patch 3.4 yet. How are you doing? My father has relinquished the title of Count to name me as his official successor. I expected to feel different, but the truth is little has changed aside from the manner in which people address me. I am the same man I was yesterday, though I know not what the morrow may bring. Fair enough. Hi, Labrassois. How are you doing? Hello there. Let me guess, you caught wind of the rumors and thought you would come investigate, yes? That's why I'm here. Well, I'll have you know that Aucambardine is innocent. He has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with any of this nonsense. I have known him since childhood. While he may occasionally seem somewhat high-handed, mayhap even callous, he would never do anything to harm anyone. That is not enough. There's also the fact that in the days and weeks prior to Ulaw's disappearance, I was not out of his company for more than a few moments. He could not have possibly have committed the crime of which he is accused without my knowledge. As the fog has now dissipated and now we just have overcast skies. Whoever orchestrated all of this clearly planned for the blame to fall squarely on his shoulders, that much is certain. Yet numerous as the enemies of House Amel are, I struggle to think who would resort to something so underhanded. Unless it was the girl herself. Don't you see? What better way to besmirch the good name of one of Ishgard's foremost houses, and win over your peers, than to vanish and later spread rumors that he was somehow responsible, then to go and plant... But then we get interrupted by something. That is to say... Oh, by the Fury, I pray I'm not making a mistake. But first I would have you swear to tell none but the Expector what I am about to reveal. Go on. As it's starting to snow now. Oh, what have you got for me? Whatever I'm holding better be legitimate. I stumbled across this volume 11 of the Articles of Harlem Polity. It has been conspicuously placed in Aucambardine's dormitory room, with Ulaw's favorite bookmark tucked between its pages. I hardly need tell you what would happen if people were to learn of this. It is but a mercy that I chanced upon it, and not one more credulous. However, now that we have deduced who the perpetrator is, it should be simple enough to restore Aucambardine's reputation. All we need to do is prove she and her revolutionary friends are responsible. Were I a braver and more foolish man, I would march down to the broom and demand answers. But you, a hero blessed with the strength of 100, need not fear for your well-being there as I do. Why are you blaming them for this? You are my only hope. Please, I beg of you, take the book and use it to find the girl and prove these foul rumors false. And who's to say that you didn't take this book? And you're just only giving it to me now? What do you guys think of this? I know you've been quiet since the patch, or since the cast launched, but if you're still watching, I'd like to know your take on this. After all, this is a night of mystery after all, and I'd definitely love to hear your opinions of what you're seeing so far in the chat. Alright, let's go on inside and give them the book that they're looking for. Yeah, actually we're going to give it to Inspector Briarden, apparently. Hey, Inspector. Ah, Mathaya, you returned. Please tell me your inquiries have been more fruitful than mine own. Well, does this count? This is the missing volume! How did you find it? Well, here's who gave it to me. So Lapassoir believes that Ula, or one of her revolutionary friends, planted it in Akombandin's room as part of an elaborate scheme to defame Hassamel. I continue to be amazed by what ridiculous conspiracies these children can convince themselves are true, as if the future of Ishgardian society shall be shaped by the actions of some few ambitious seminarians. Anyway, I will allow that she may have been consulting with others who support the Reformation, and were she persuaded to engage in rebellious acts, the dormitory prefect would have been an ideal target. Alternatively, Agabardine was so arrogant and careless that he thought nothing of leaving incriminating evidence in plain sight. He would hardly be the first. Needless to say, speculation will avail us not at this juncture. First, I must see what I can learn from this book. In the meantime, I will have you go and speak with the people of the Broom. See what they know, if anything, about Ula, where she might have gone, whom she might have visited, and so forth. Failing that, keep your ears open for news of unusual happenings. One can never be too well informed. Yeah, no need to worry about these ears there, Inspector. Like, on a Mikote, a person's ears are very noticeable. They are very hard to miss, even under the cap of a Grand Company uniform. So, off to the room now, over on the other side of Ishgard. And we'll see what happens here. And we have to question 3 people living around here. And unless I'm mistaken, one of them may even be in the Forgotten Night. Let's start by speaking with Ben. Leave me be, I've got nothing to say to the likes of you. What was that? You think I might have helped kidnap some highborn girl? God's sakes! You and Theomoson make a fine pair, you do, acting whole high and mighty, pretending you care. But the only time you come around is when you're looking for someone to blame. Sorry to disappoint you, but I've got nothing to do with this Oolaw's disappearance. If you ask me, you'd have better luck harassing those blue bloods and the pillars. After all, they know better than anyone how to deal with inconveniences, eh? Well, yeah, you certainly don't take very kindly to a Warrior of Light, do you? Yeah, the Warrior of Light comes to ask you a question, you just spit in his face. It's like, thanks for nothing. Thanks for a big gob of nothing. Hey, Golden. You're not gonna ask me to do you a favor, are you? You'll forgive me for being suspicious, but just the other day, a man draped from head to toe in fine silks approached me, all nervous and twitching. He tossed the purse at my feet, saying the gill was mine for the taking. All I had to do was head to the Croisière and buy him a couple of phials of cough syrup. Tempting as it was, I wasn't about to risk getting involved in someone's shady schemes, so I told him to piss off, and that was that. Sorry to hear that. Hey Hilda, we haven't spoken with you in a while, how have you been? I don't rightly understand the relation, but ever since the House of Collins was founded, we've been getting a flood of folk looking to sign up for the watch. Could be that their fellows accomplished something worthwhile has given them a hunger to do the same. I'd say they found themselves a bit of pride in their home, eh? I guess I could say that. Yeah, Hilda, it's been a while. Not since episode 110, which was also done live. For those of you who are wondering about the guy I just ran by, I believe that's the guy who gives you your Dark Knight quests. But only after you've completed your initial one at level 30. So I believe this final one's going to be in the Forgotten Nights. Oh, it's Gibraltar. Alright. Weren't expecting to talk to you, but okay. I'll distinctly be telling you once that my patrons appreciate their privacy. Still, I know you wouldn't ask for it if it weren't important, so this time I'll oblige your curiosity. This hasn't got anything to do with your missing girl, mind. But a few days back, this one fellow comes and pays his tab in full. A surprising development as long as I've since written it off as a loss. Came into money, he says, and has a mind to settle his debts. Pleased as I am by his changing fortunes, all the while I'm wondering who he left bleeding in an alley to get that much skill at once. Interesting. Yeah, we don't want to warp out of here by teleporting, we want to use an aetherite. Thankfully there's one located by very conveniently over here. So back to the last vigil. Oh no, not the last vigil, I meant to go to the cathedral. That's not where I wanted to go. Yeah, it's the cathedral I want to go to. Yeah, so we're going back inside to complete another challenge. Let's see what Briarden has to say now. I'm sure he's had an opportunity to skim through Volume 11. Excellent timing, Mathia. I have findings to share. While Ula's bookmark suggests that Volume 11 was within her possession at some point, it does not tell us when that point may have been. With this in mind, I decided to pay a visit to the seminary library. Sure enough, her signature was in the logs, indicating that she was the last person to have borrowed the tome. I compared the handwriting to samples from her old assignments, and to be sure, and found no irregularities. One might argue that this supports Labrassar's theory, but it is far from conclusive evidence. I suppose you cannot use those vaunted powers of yours to grant us a vision of the past and spare us further hardship. Yeah, only if that person is in my presence. I thought not. Then we shall rely on the more traditional methods. Yeah, he's referring to the Echo, by the way. So what came of your inquiries in the broom? Do tell. Well, here's what happened. Nothing, but that is to be expected, is it not? Again, I am reminded how ridiculous the two scenarios presented to us purporting grand conspiracies truly are. Is it not more likely that both the girl and Arcombadine are innocent of wrongdoing? We must continue searching for more clues. Even the most insignificant tidbit may be all it takes for the pieces of this puzzle to fall into place. And so now, on to challenge number 3, entitled A Familial Resemblance. Briarden is eager to continue his investigation. Seeing how reluctant some of the citizens were to answer your questions, I believe it best for me to take over investigations in the broom. As for you, yes, I am given to understand that Blazy and our friends have been conducting their own investigation. Though I am loath to admit it, given the fact that they are seminarians, I should not be surprised if they have noticed something we overlooked. You may as well go and see what Blazy has learned. If you cannot find her at the Scholasticate, I imagine someone can point you in the right direction. Of course. Just want to make sure that my mic's going. Yep, it is. I just wanted to make sure that my mic was still working perfectly, because, yeah, I would hate to leave you guys in that kind of situation, wouldn't I? Let's go ahead and speak with the lector once again to go back into the Scholasticate. Don't worry, I know the routine. My question is, though, will the seminarians follow? And is it the same set of 5 from before? It is the same set of 5 from before. Yeah, let's see what they all have to say this time round. That is a question I too would like to know the answer to. It feels as if though we haven't spoken in ages. Although it's only been 30 minutes. I did, however, overhear some of the other seminarians saying that they saw Firmason at the Ark of the Venerable. If so, Blazy is certain to be close by. What about you, Jean-Chet? Oh, what with them both working to bring Ula back, Firmason and Blazy have had good reason to spend a great deal of time together. These past few days that they've been running around the city making inquiries, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they were up to today. Of course. Sincere Seminarian, what have you to say? Hasn't she been following Firmason around like a lost puppy this past fortnight? Find him and you'll probably find her, that's what I say. I don't know how he puts up with it, frankly. I suppose that, unlike some of the seniors, He's simply too kind for his own good. And stern seminarian. Blasi, I haven't seen her all day. I expect she's gone out again with her friends to look for Ula. I still don't understand why they bother. The girl's probably gallivanting off about with heretics and revolutionaries. Even if they find her, I doubt she'll want to return. And now to get an earful from Arkham Badine. Of course I don't know where she is. While I may be in charge of the dormitory, it's not my responsibility to hold the seminarians' hands or wipe their asses. As you should well know, in light of recent events, Arkham Badine has not the luxury to concern himself with such trivialities. Trivialities? I don't think that a missing person constitutes as a triviality. Kind of something that life has taught me, a missing person is not a triviality. If there are people who are legitimately concerned for the person's well-being, then they'll actually want to give a damn. Unlike the two of you. Alright, where in the pillars could she be located? Well, they did say Ark of the Venerable, so the closest place to that is the Astrologicum. Turn around 180 and climb the stairs to get to where we need to go. Well, here's Blasi, and looks like she's trying to overhear this conversation right now between Kramerbar, Thiermasson, and Lee. If that's what it's looking like. So what's going on? Yeah, I'm watching you. Ah! You startled me! I'm here for Ulor's sake, lest you wonder. This is all part of my investigation, I swear. But you do know who I am, right? Wait, you're not a seminarian, and yet you seem so familiar. Ah, I know! You're my brother's associate! Oh, so Briarden is your brother, okay. By brother you mean... Yeah, you're referring to Briarden? My apologies, Master Matthias. I suppose we've yet to be properly introduced. I'm Blasi, Briarden's younger sister. It is a pleasure to finally meet you. Well, this is what your brother's been telling me. So he sent you to see what I've learned? Then I'm afraid you'll be disappointed. I spent all day questioning merchants, watchmen, and random passers-by, and they told me absolutely nothing of interest. I recorded their statements for good measure, but quite honestly, it was a waste of ink and paper. Yeah, the disappointment. Blasi, what are you doing here? Oh no, that was Thiermasson. It was Blasi, what are you doing here? Theo, I mean, fancy meeting you here. I was just taking a moment to review these testimonies I had taken. I had thought to, Why we're laughing? Oh, but of course! You then thought to come and share your findings with us. Why are you laughing about this, Lee? Yes, that's it. While it might be a bit much, I wanted to make sure I did not omit a single word. There you go. Put it to good use. By the Fury, Blasi, this is over 100 forms long. I cannot even begin to imagine the amount of effort it took to organize all this information. It's incredibly haunting to know that there are others as dedicated to us as seeing Ula returned. Now let's have a look, shall we? And so 24 hours later. Investigation log, entry 1, Master of Ishgardian Markets. Mr. Soleil's problems? Well, with this recent run of bad weather, we've had plenty. Why, just the other day my back started to give me trouble again and I've had to hobble from place to place. It's like, what? Investigation log, entry 2, House 4 Tom Stewart on Novaura. I cannot guarantee that this news will be great interest to you and yours, but a 12-point proposal has been for the reformation of the Inquisition has recently been tabled by Lord Otterell in the House of Lords. Is this where we get to 24 hours later? Yeah, pretty much. Like, this has absolutely nothing to do with the investigation at all. And Lee is getting pretty pissed off. 21. Like, Lee, do something! God damn it, Theo, that's enough! None of that rubbish is even remotely relevant! I wholeheartedly agree. Now, don't you think you're being a touch too hasty? We've not gotten even a third of the way through. We may yet learn something of value. Let's not dismiss Blaze's homework out of hand. Thank you, Theo, for your kind words. I'm glad you think it might be of use. Fine, let us briefly entertain this thought and say that something in these notes will help us find Ula. How exactly do you propose that we determine what that is? Lee, we needn't do a thing. Though we may lack the skill to discern the relevant from the mundane, a certain inspector we know and love is a dab hand at such things. No? But of course, Inspector Briarden. Brilliant idea, Cromwell. Matthias, if you would, take this scroll to him and see what he can make of it. Very well. I doubt even he can make heads or tails of this rubbish. In any event, it's out of our hands. We should continue with our search. Yeah, be on your way, you guys. Yeah, we gotta go back to the cathedral again. Which means back down the... Oh, wait a minute. Don't have to go that way, I can go over this way. Because that's where the closest aetheryte is. I can just remember where it is specifically. There we go. Back to the cathedral. So yeah, that's 3 down. Back into the cathedral and see what Briarden has to say. Also, I should have used the French accent on Blaze once I realized who she was. We meet again. Doubtless you are much too cher. I know I do. Do you recall Gibron's patient who recently paid off his debts and the gentleman attempting to obtain cough syrups? Upon further investigation, it turns out they share one astoundingly similar facial feature. A pale, raised scar running from the top of their left cheekbone to the jaw. It so happens that this description also matches that of a notorious thug who is known to hang around outside taverns and harass patients for coin, until an unexpected windfall saw his fortunes vastly improve. He is now rumored to make a living as a traveling merchant, though where he goes and what he says none can say. We shall find out in due time, but enough of my discoveries. What have you learned? That your sister writes too much, and needs to be more concise. By the fury, this is longer than some scripture, and she compiled it all in less than a single day, you say? Remarkable. Oh, thanks, Mom. Investigation log entry 1. Master of Ishgardian Markets, Mystery Celeste. Problems? Well, if these recent run of bad weather, we've had plenty. Why, just the other day, my back started to give me trouble again, and I've had to hobble from place to place. On the other hand, the Quazia has seen increased training in oils, fells, and other goods folks to begin to crave when it grows cold. So in that regard, I can't complain. Investigation log entry 13. Purveyor of Saint-Gilles, Passe de Villers. The other day there was this one fellow who wanted to purchase a robe for a young woman. A merchant, he said, but I've never known one who couldn't be bothered to haggle. Not that I'm undead, of course. Investigation log entry 21. Cavalry Mestano. I barely had enough time to fill my customers' orders, much less keep an eye out for foolish girls getting themselves into trouble. Now if you will excuse me, I really must be getting back to it. I'm expecting several regular customers any minute. Investigation log entry 47. Apothecary PN. Mestano has bought my whole stock of cough syrup every day for the past week. Posting strange, needless to say. So I followed him and found that he was reselling my products to another. The nerve of some people, I tell you. Yeah, thanks, Mom. Have a good night. Glad you could join us. A gentleman procuring cough medicines to a third party. That story has a familiar ring to it, does it not? A man with a questionable past, recently coming to wealth and playing at being a merchant, who so happens to travel with a young girl prone to fits of coughing. You thinking what I'm thinking, Mathia? That this merchant is associated with Ula? Yeah, we have to keep... Yeah, the... Past the level is some... The medicine is key, so it's... Yeah, it's like... It could be any of these. But of course, I'm not thinking about that. Perhaps not. It seems to me that Mr. No appears to be colluding with our man. In time you may come to understand how I reached this conclusion, but first we must pay a visit to his stall. Very well. But yeah, I hope that you've found this interesting so far. I hope that she comes back later this evening, or at least takes the time to watch the remainder of this stream at another time. Alright, Brian, then let's take on your next challenge, entitled Finding Ula. Finally, Briarden is on the verge of a breakthrough. Given how poorly this man has covered these tracks, I am inclined to believe that he will come to the Quasir sooner rather than later to procure the usual assortment of goods. Let us head there, Mathia. We must follow the shell while it is still fresh. So away he goes. And so now away we go. Once we find our way out, that is. Yeah, I don't come often to this place. I wish I could have come more, to be honest, because I will point out that I wish that there was more depth to this point as far as this storyline is concerned in regards to the things that were going on at St. Annalum Scholasticate. Hey there, Ichigo, good to see you. Welcome to tonight's webcast for the continuation of Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward Patch 3.4. We're currently in the middle of the first of two mysteries that are ongoing this evening, and we're currently involved with the investigation over at St. Annalum Scholasticate and its missing student Ula. We're helping out Inspector Briarden to find out something that may be of interest right now. If he comes this way to purchase food and medicines from Mr. No as frequently as Blaze's notes indicate, we shouldn't have long. Mathia, over there! That scowl, those robes! Did we find our person of interest? That's our man. Yeah, walking up to Mr. No. A pleasure to see you again, sir. The usual. Aye, and don't forget the you-know-what. Yeah, let's just give it to you. If combat is required, I got my lance at the ready. Hurry, Mathia, we mustn't let him out of our sight. Agreed. Yeah, for the first time I do believe that the implementation of battle gear will be required. So let's go ahead and slip into that. We'll get a quick mend over here from Frayne. And the chase begins. He was going west, so that's where we're going to. Now we're probably going to pop out near the Skysteel manufactory where you train to be a machinist. Well, either that or we can find ourselves... Okay, this is actually out near the entrance to Ishgard itself. A bit surprising, actually. So yeah, let's expedite ourselves by going to the Ishgard's Aetheryte Plaza and continuing on from there. Put a swing in my step, we don't want to lose this guy. Or have we already? Right then, tell me we haven't lost them. Our suspects just passed through the arc of the worthy where there are like to be fewer people. Take care not to be spotted. Yep, we're in hot pursuit. Now this is a way that I've never gone before. Going out of Ishgard through the main gates. We are, yes. Honestly, I don't think I've ever gone out of Ishgard that way. I think that was a first for me. Yeah, that's something that I've never experienced before. And thankfully we won't have to go far to find where Briarden currently is. Yeah, back out into the Central Highlands. Because yeah, we don't get the opportunity to come here all that often either. And Briarden's chilling up behind a tree, and I think I see why. If the wagon is any indication. It would appear our suspect is not alone. He has a guard with him. I should like very much to know the contents of that carriage. Keep them distracted while I sneak past, will you? Approach them and announce you are here to conduct a surprise inspection. You will undoubtedly command their full attention for a sufficient amount of time. Are you ready, Messiah? Very good. Alright, say to the merchant, inspection. Alright, so I got to stay in there, change my chat to say, and then type inspection. Let's get the keyboard going. Come on, keyboard. And it just has to be inspection, no other stuff other than this. Or do we not? Or do we remove the do we remove the quotations? Okay, I have it in say. Okay, what's going on here? I think Mitch Connor is having the same problem I have right now. Oh, it's in lowercase. It's in lowercase. There we go. Yeah, you can't tell because the text is so small. You don't know if it's that I is in uppercase or in lowercase. Inspection? What the seven hells are you on about? You're no temple right. You're no temple knight. You've no right. Unless... I trust the goods have been properly secured and the carriage is ready for a quick getaway if necessary. I can beat you in a lance duel, in case you were wondering. I am the Warrior of Light after all. Right then, where were we? Oh yes, we will not be consenting to your inspection. Now kindly piss off. Damn it, boy, what are you doing? My apologies, sir. I thought I saw movement from back. Maybe I should go and check. Idiot, can't you see that this goon is intent on starting a fight? Take care of him first and conduct your checks after. As for you, you should have run while you saw the chance. I can beat you, you know. You know not what you get yourself into. And how did you get a friend? You should not have a friend here. Yeah, we're gonna deal with you quick. Yeah, you are... the two of you are no match for me. Alright, guard, your turn. So do the fake guard and his merchant. We're not just subduing them, we're completely kicking their asses. You're dead. Alright, Briarden, what have you discovered? Well, including this girl here? And if that is who I think it is... Mathia, it was as you suspected. The thug and his guard have been holding Ula hostage in the back of this carriage ever since she vanished. Though this ordeal has undoubtedly caused her a great deal of distress, she does not appear to be physically injured. While you are doubtless eager to question her, as I am, she must be given time to rest and recuperate. These two, on the other hand, need not be afforded any such consideration. You there, what is the meaning of this? Yeah, Temple Knights are on patrol. Ah, it seems all that earlier commotion has shown the attention of the guards. Excellent, they can deal with the ruffians. Unless they're afraid of the two of us. You're like, watch your tongue in front of me. You know who I am. Yeah, do your job! And take them away. I shall escort Ula to the Scholasticate dormitory and speak with the instructors. When all is settled, let us speak again at St. Ramenos Cathedral. Yeah, it's a shame we don't actually get to speak with Ula herself. But back to Kerthus we shall go. But then the question becomes, is there going to be more than just this? Because I had a feeling that combat was going to be required. I mean, when you see a suspicious guy with a scar on his face, you can't help but think to yourself, like, you're going to have to engage in combat at some point, and we did. And so, with that now officially taken care of, we can now move on to completing this challenge, but will there be more? Let me change back to Grand Company uniform now, since combat will no longer be required. Yeah, Bryden, you seem to like this spot a lot. Why do you keep standing here, I must ask? What is it about this stained glass that interests you so? You should be glad to hear that Ula will be fine. Sister Gaetel is with her now, tending to her needs as we speak. Oh, that's it? Well, shouldn't there be more for us to deal with? So as we're having our conversation, I expect she will soon be strong enough to answer our questions. Until then, however, we must make do with what information the Temple Knights can extract from the kidnappers. Unfortunately, while the ruffians confessed to abducting Ula in exchange for a large sum of gil, they have told us little else of value thus far. Apparently, their employers wrapped themselves in such thick furs that they could not even say if it were a man or a woman. They claim this cloaked figure offered no explanation as to why they wanted them to snatch the girl and keep her confined to the carriage indefinitely, and so they had no choice but to keep moving, to stay ahead of the Temple Knights and await further instruction. And so, where does that put us? Hopefully we will learn more as the interrogations progress. I fear, however, our mastermind has cloaked themselves in layer upon layer of secrecy, and will take more than a few pointed questions to penetrate all of them. And there's the statue of Halone herself. But regardless of how well they've hidden their intentions and their identity, we'll bring them to justice soon enough. And once we learn all that we can from our friends in the Temple Knights' custody, as well as Ula, we will be that much closer to restoring peace to the Scholasticate. Well, not as long as this person in the shadows has anything to say about it. Because, yeah, there's always someone in the shadows. To shine the light of truth upon secrets buried in the dark, the children once more come together, that they may know her power and her glory. So that closes the book on the mysteries of St. Edelim's Scholasticate for now. So obviously in the next patch, well, depending on how they do it, if they do it in the same way that they did with the Realm Reborn, by splitting the final patch into 2 parts, there's the distinct possibility that the next patch that comes up for patch 3.5, if they do it as 1 patch or 2, then they'll likely do it in either the first half or the second half. But yeah, Briarden, it was good to see you again, and we were happy to work with you on the continuation of this particular mystery, which I had been wanting to get back to for quite some time after I had the first opportunity to do this. But yeah, how will it all culminate in patch 3.5? Well, we'll know soon enough. So I am going to warp back to the 8th Light Plaza, and I'm going to take a quick break to go get myself some water, and I'll be back in a moment, guys. Okay, I'm back. So, now that my throat is a little bit better, why do you say we change looks? Because we went with something serious for Briarden, but of course now we gotta go with something different for Hildibrand. So yeah, let's go ahead and put on the trademark Manderville tuxedo, as dawn has now risen upon Ishgard. Go ahead and set myself up with all this set. So now that we're dressed up like Inspector Hildibrand, and a new day has started here in Ishgard, let's go ahead and speak with Seer to continue on with the Hildibrand mysteries. Let's speak with him for the level 60 challenge entitled A Gazebo to Call Our Own. Seer may be the only man who is yet to drink from the Well of Madness. That you stand before me here is proof that Polone smiles upon me this day. I have need of your assistance, Mathia, and before you think to run away screaming in terror, I pray you hear me out. It concerns the esteemed, and now missing and presumed dead, Knights of the Heavensward. None have returned to the capital since all the unpleasantness began, yet we recently have heard rumors of these honored sirs walking the streets. Go on. 'Tis heresy most foul, I say, and I mean to get to the bottom of it. But we will need all the help that we can get, which means, fury take me, we could benefit from a certain individual's serendipity. Besides, if we don't seek him out, he's like to show up at the worst possible time anyway. At least it'll be on our terms, and we can keep an eye on that boy... Mammoth! Mammoth! Oh, yes, right. You must be wondering why I asked you to come. Well, you and the Inspector seem to enjoy a natural rapport, so that's why I'm here, right? Praise Helone, for a moment I was afraid you might make me beg. This may well be my last chance to prove my worth to my superiors, and if I can't, default out mana! And I will meet you there. I will meet you there. So let's warp over there right now. and see what's going on at the gazebo. Yeah, there's Hildibrand along with Nashu and Gigi. Or Gigi or whatever. And looks like they're enjoying some tea on an open fire. Hey, Inspector. Because, Gigi, such behavior is unbecoming a gentleman. But why, Papa Hildy? Why is it unbecoming a gentleman? Hey, you two. And your little mammoth. Oh, Inquisitor Shia, Mathia, good morrow to you both. Are you come as adoring fans or on business? Well, I guess since I'm wearing the same outfit you are, I guess it's on business, or as fans. Business, always business, you may rest assured. Then I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am at your service. Is it robbery? Murder? Tax evasion? Don't you mean evasion? Evasion? Oh, wait, before we get into that, what's going on here? Much as it pains me to admit it, my beloved Gigi, the apple of my eye, the fruit of my loins, attempted to deface this lovely gazebo. Naturally, as his father, it fails to me to see him returned to the straight and narrow. That's not true. I was drawing a family crest for our home. Now, Gigi, I know you're fond of this gazebo as are we all, but it belongs to Lord Edmund. You wouldn't want to steal from Uncle Edmund, would you? I guess not. Then where is our gazebo, Papa Hildy? And does it have a warm stove with a steaming kettle too? Oh, Gigi, don't you see? We have no need of kettles or gazebos. As gentlemen inspectors, the world is our oyster. We can go whither we please, whether the red fern grows or the wild rose blooms. And yet you've been sleeping in Lord Edmund's gazebo for how long? Yeah, in the freezing cold? I don't care about wild roses. I want to live in a gazebo with Papa Hildy and Mama Nashu. And gazebos are quite expensive, and dangerous if not domesticated. Dangerous indeed, my boy, and besides, we are gentlemen inspectors, free to travel the length and breadth of Eosia in search of a case. Does that not sound more thrilling than whittling away the hours beneath a gazebo? I guess. You don't seem all that enthused. If it's a case you want, you need not go so far. We are currently investigating reports of individuals masquerading as knights of the Heavensward. These contemptible charlatans are rumored to have tricked several hapless maidens into attending private parties for a small fee, with the promise of enjoying the company of these great sirs. Those who were foolish enough to attend found their experiences to be so traumatizing that they have refused to discuss them in detail. Needless to say, your assistance in this matter will be greatly appreciated, and for it you shall receive due compensation. Say no more, Inquisitor, say no more. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, and well versed in the ways of the fairer sex. Supposedly. Since when? Hi, Julian. Oh, Mummy, Mother dearest, I was under the impression you had departed for Uldar. And leave my beloved boy to keep on playing at being inspector as well as father to a bloody mammoth? Bugger that, you're coming home right this instant! How can you say such things? It is my life's calling to be inspector, and Gigi is my son. He is a Mandeville man. Grand as it is to see you, you have come at a most inopportune time. The young women of Ishgard are in need of a champion to defend them from fiends most foul. Isn't that why I'm here? Come, Lashu, come, Gigi.
We shall demonstrate to my mother our peerless investigative skills and bring these criminals to justice.
You can put your hands down there, Seer.
Fool's balls, he's stubborn. Probably gets it from his sorry ass and my father. I trust your lot will help me to keep him out of trouble. Right then, come along.
What do you want? Well, that could have gone better. And worse. Let's not keep them waiting. Hey, Aqua, glad you could join us this evening. We want to go into the last vigil itself to speak with 3 maidens of interest. Hey there, Arsenal. Glad to see you join us. Glad you came to say hello. Yeah, where are our 3 maidens here? Oh, a vengeful maiden. This one speaking with Seer.
I demand satisfaction! Swift and terrible vengeance! How dare they prey upon a lady's emotions to line their pockets with gall? If Sir Sherebear was here, he'd purge the lot of them like the festering sickness they are!
Yes, pity he too remains missing. So very much a pity. Will you be over on the other side too? No, apparently not. What of this world-weary maiden that beckons our call?
Please, do you think me so foolish to fall for their charade? From what I heard from the others, said knights bore not even the slightest resemblance to the Heavensward. As if I had not already memorized every detail of my dear Sir Adolphe's face. Oh, wherever could he be?
Do you really not know? Like, has Sir Emmerich told no one of what happened to the Archbishop and to the Heavensward? Seriously?
I am truly outside her grace. My allowance all gone to waste on those... I dare not say it! Mayhap those awful rumors are true. Mayhap I must needs accept that he now walks in her learned's halls.
And then run back over to Hildibrand. Because yeah, Julian's appeared over here too. Why are you chilling out with the Moogle there, Hildibrand? What's your angle?
Papa Hildy, that grandmama over there is staring at us.
Now, Gigi, a gentleman must be more careful with his words. First of all, you have only one grandmother. Second, and this is tremendously important, never ever call it that. At least, not yet. Promise?
Yes, Father. I promise not to call Grandmama Julian Grandmama Julian.
Yeah, she heard that.
Greetings, my lady. Oh, ain't you a charmer? And I was thinking I might have to rip your bloody head off if you said the G word one more time.
Wow.
Like that, Papa Hildy?
Ah, my faithful assistants, have you gleaned any new information?
Sadly, no. Other than the fact that these women were scorned, seemed to detest the fake knights with every fibre of their being.
Those 2 women were telling me all about what they could if they had cornered Sir... Is this the best you can do then? Bloody oaths and girlish fantasies? And you call yourself a Mandeville man?
I assure you, Mother, we are only just getting started. The tapestry of lies and deception behind which the truth hides is oft unraveled with the tug of a single loose thread. I say, young lady, I will beg but a moment of your time.
Somehow I thought that young lady was targeted by the charlatans we seek. Hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Aye, 'tis true. I too was taken in by the false promises of those awful, awful men. Long have I yearned for a chance to meet Sir Vergrain, so when they said I finally could, I didn't even hesitate for a moment. But when they escorted me to the manor and undid the blindfold, I looked on the hideous faces of those so-called Grand Sirs. I screamed and fled. They were gone, and when I returned with the watch, but their neighbors said that they had overheard them speaking about seeking shelter in a place called Idleshire. I know it's not much, but I pray this information helps you in your search.
My lady, I swear to you here and now, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall not rest until those dastardly fiends are punished for their foul crimes. And I can't believe we're gonna have to go to Idleshire. Can we stay here? There's gonna be a lot less lag in this place.
Huzzah! 3 cheers for Papa Hildy. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
And there you have it. Our quarry can be found in Idleshire. Come, my loyal assistants. Justice waits for no gentleman.
That's all well and good, but I've never heard of this Idleshire. Have you?
I have.
You mean we're to travel to the Dravanian hinterlands? Right now, just like that?
Yeah. You got a problem with that? Make sure to catch the next chocobo. And meanwhile, we're gonna have to warp to Idleshire. I hope you guys enjoy waiting. Yeah, because we're about to slog through molasses in order to get the next stuff that we need done. Yeah, the next stuff that we need done, we're going to be slogging through molasses. It's going to take quite a while because there's so many people here in Idleshire, and I really hope that we don't crash. This is played online, so I'm really hoping that we don't end up with a crash situation. Trying to A, get into Idleshire, and then B, glean all the information that we require out of it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy waiting. Because it takes that long. And to add insult to injury, it's raining too! Therefore, even more lag! Bloody hell. It's like, yeah, just go ahead and spin on me more. It's bad enough that there's a whole bunch of people here, which makes this area incredibly susceptible to lag, but then on top of that, it's raining as well, and therefore even more lag. It's like I'm getting kicked between the legs here, and no one gives a damn. Well, at least we found where all these people are. Hey there, guys. Welcome to Idleshire. Surely this magnificent settlement is a testament to the hard work and camaraderie of our Uplander and Gobi citizens.
Very well, yes, well, I'm just glad we're no longer being pursued by fire-breathing dragons, musket-wielding crabs, and bomb-throwing goblins. You know, the other ones. But they were no match for Lady Julian and the Panthers, am I right? I want to see her make the bad gobbies fly again. God's sakes, Hildy, except in the fire, this lot would be dead in a ditch somewhere if it weren't for me.
Nonsense. I would never let any harm come to my loyal assistant or my beloved son.
If I may interject?
Now then, nope, not getting the chance. Now then, let us split up and question the good people of Idleshire. My keen inspector sense tells me that one of them has the knowledge of the first knights we seek.
Poor Seer.
Get it out, dude.
Nope, you have nothing to say?
You have nothing to say, just demonstrate disappointment.
Very well, so be it.
But I hope we're not here for the entire duration of the remainder of this mystery, because, yeah, you guys don't deserve to have this lag situation going on for the remainder of the night. Hey, Loudjocks, it's been a while.
Yes, Loudjocks knows of Grand Sirs. Sneaky Uplanders keep who says. Think on that with Gobbyflock, but each to own now, Doc says. No questions, only jingly shine.
Well, we know where your focus is. Yes, you're a one-track mind there, Mr. Loudjocks. An exceedingly experienced treasure hunter here with Seer. Wonder what this is all about. Oh, I know all about the Grand Sirs. And is this a Mikote? Oh no, it's not a Mikote. And in fact, this is a... I'm seeing this right. You look just like the old woman that we saw back over in Ishgard. What the hell? No way! Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. You look just like that one old elderly woman we just saw in Ishgard who directed us to come here. Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, I know all about the Grand Sirs. They keep to themselves in that building of theirs south of the round spot. You'd best watch out though, they're a dangerous bunch. Liable to kill you for looking at them cockeyed. If it's entirely possible that I've gone completely and utterly mad, but are you by chance the long-lost twin sister of an Ishgari noblewoman? What? Look behind you, a three-headed Gubu! Why do I feel like I've not seen the last of that old woman? I would agree with that. Like, how did you beat me here? I'm the freaking warrior of light, you shouldn't have beat me here! And Yalona, one of our merchants' friends, how are you? Oh, you must be talking about them Grand Sirs. They drifted into Idleshire some time ago, as I recall. Paid visits to the Great Library, though I couldn't tell you why. I wonder why that is. So do we actually have to leave town in order to... No? Everyone's right over here. That's the way we can find out. Are you gonna walk away? If only we had the testimony of a conscientious citizen which could conveniently direct us to the village's precise location. Well, here's what you need to know from me. The Grand Sirs are holed up in a building to the south of the markets. Good silver fire. That one? There, that's the one. Come, let's inform the others. Combat is required, I better be ready. Or maybe not. Yeah, I don't think the password is open sesame there, Inspector. 'Twould seem that no one is home. There is naught we can do but wait then. And how long will we be waiting? Papa Hildy, I just want to say that I really like this place. I think that you and me and Mama Nashu could have lots of exciting adventures if we stay here. You may be right, Gigi. This community seems to have fostered an enlightened, free society, welcoming of honest souls willing to work and contribute to the greater whole. Did anyone happen to see a gazebo on the way in? Really? Oh, hey there, Slowfix. As I live in Hildibrand, Hazardor, Maximilian, Manderville. Could that be? Oh, I say, could that be Slowfix coin toss? So you two know each other? Yeah, apparently. I most certainly do. My master Slowfix was my very first employer. When traveling through Thanalin long ago, Gobbyflock was waylaid by Uplander bandits. With no jingly shine to pay brass blades, we had no way to backtake goods. Until we make busy deal with gentleman Uplander, that is. With fastness, he fights Uplander bandits and brings much bangy boom and returns to goodly Gobby's missing goods in great justice. Henceforth, Slowfix gains new appreciation for Uplanders. But for a chance encounter with the gentleman Uplander, he never conceives of egalitarian utopia. One might even claim he'll be a founding father of Idleshire, with metaphorical tongue flaps that is. Oh, hey there, Cynthia. Good to see you this evening. I imagine you're playing over on Exodus right now as we speak.
All the memories. It was the near thing, for the bandits were clever enough to see through my ingenious disguise as an innocent milkmaid. But in my haste to escape, I tripped over a bell of fire sand and, as they say, boom gobby doom.
Cool, no busy deals for the wicked. No busy deals indeed.
But leaving that delightful anecdote aside, ye gods, Master Slowfix, just looking at what you and your flock have made of these ruins is making me big eyes.
Gobby flock has come a long way since wandering days, but we have not forgotten gentlemen uplander kindness. Slowfix is here to offer hand-lending.
Well, far be it from me to refuse. My son Gigi has grown quite fond of your magnificent city, and so I should like to stay here with him and my assistant for a time. We will not require much in the way of accommodations. A humble gazebo, for example, would more than suffice.
Why settle for a gazebo when perfectly good estate right behind you? Residents are building in arrears, and Slowfix happy to evict them.
Oh, but we are pursuing the fiends who lived here on suspicions of defrauding young women.
Fraud? In Slowfix's egalitarian utopia? This he will not abide. All the more reason to let Gentleman Uplander and his flock stay instead of Grand Sirs. No need for Jink to shine either.
So you just revealed to us that they're actually in there.
Huzzah! A giant gazebo to call our own.
I do not know what to say. Thank you, Master Slowfix, thank you.
No need for teary-eyed tongue flaps. Gobby Flock is possessed of moral obligation to repay Gentleman Uplander for past generosity. Enjoy new gazebo, and good luck with hunt for Grand Sirs.
That was nice of you there, Slowfix. I think Gigi's gonna tear up.
Papa Hildy, since this is our gazebo, is it okay if I draw our family crest on it?
I can think of no better way to celebrate this joyous occasion, and perhaps draw the ire of our new home's former tenants. Come, let us go and purchase some paints together. This gazebo shall be your canvas.
And now he's gone and got himself a sodden gazebo? Bloody hells, if he really thinks I'm going to let him keep on playing about being a father.
Come on, just give him a chance. I mean, it's doing you no good just moping about. Meanwhile, on the outskirts of town... Oh no, we're still in town. Yeah, there's our paints. And so now it's time for Gigi to get to work. Time for housewarming. Meanwhile, we're all looking for the Grand Sirs. Yes, we're doing this again. For those of you who remember back to one of the Hildibrand mysteries back in A Realm Reborn, we had a time-lapse situation that kind of went just like this. Oh, isn't that cute? I like it. That's the best graffiti I've seen in a long time. But then after we're done enjoying the graffiti, it's still raining. Hopefully the rain doesn't want to wash the paint off. Still no sign of the notorious grand shells. I dare say we're going to need more paint. But where do we go from here? And that was just the first challenge. That was just the first quest. Well, at least now that we've got that done. And now that this
Graffiti stains proudly in Idleshire. Let's speak with Hildibrand to take on our next challenge entitled Don't Trust Anyone Over 60. But once we get into the next expansion and our experience level goes over level 60, what then? Like, does that mean we can't be trusted? That'd be heartbreaking. But in any event, Hildibrand has never been a patient man. I wonder why that is. So yeah, we're chilling out here. Much as it pains me to admit it, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. I dare say I could do with a spot of tea. Well, you can certainly use the rainwater for brewing that tea.
Hey, Inspector, is it just me, or have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes?
Ugh. Those two? Yeah, they're carrying lances. Which is quite normal behavior for my adoring fans, I should think. When finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh, all too many succumb to their fear and flee.
Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Sirs! Come on, they're getting away!
So yeah, if they're indeed the people of interest, we might need combat again. Julian reluctant to come along. Alright, so yeah, if combat's acquired, you know what that means. Let's go to the top of the list and switch into Dragoon armor. And hope that my server doesn't crash. Or that I don't crash. It looks like we're going... I'm going to assume we're going out this way. But then again, we have been told about where the Grand Sirs are residing right now. So this may be an extension of that. Well, at least it's not raining out here. But yeah, it appears that they're on the other side. It's always a 50-50 shot. And they don't specifically tell you which direction that they're going because they basically say, yeah, here's these two options. Pick and choose and hope. They never give you the specifics. Which is rather unfortunate. I'm gonna step over here just so that we're not being attacked by any crawlers, because yeah, see which direction that one was going in? Could come my direction at any moment. And Seer, what's wrong with you? Hearken to me, you dastardly rapscallions. You have nowhere to run. Reveal yourselves at once. And so now that we're standing in this meadow, I shall not ask you again. Come forth, grand sirs. Name yourselves and answer for your misdeeds.
Well, we found two people of interest. You guys look pretty old. And you're coming towards me in slow motion with dramatic effects. But why, though? Man, you guys are I can see why they say don't trust anyone over 60. Slayer of 1,000 worms, the silver spear which hath passed the very heavens! All land! Master of magic, ancient and awesome, the divine hand which hath defeated all maladies, saved successors and incontinence! Gold spot! And we have to deal with you too. My Grand Sirs, Excelsior! But you don't look like the Heavensward Knights. I know not whether to laugh or cry. Mayhap both. Are you really going to try and fight them yourself? Or are you just going to point at them? That works too. Grand Sires! Grand Sirs!
You stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attend private parties under false pretenses, thereby inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. And I did not say that as Sean Connery at all. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am calling on behalf of these poor defenseless innocents to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now lay down your arms and surrender yourselves into my custody. Ha! The audacity of this boy! You should feel ashamed of your words and deeds! What? You have a move that I have? Why are you enjoying this, Nashu? You will rule this day and rule it hard! Is it time for that traditional part of Hildibrand episode? Because yeah, he's gonna come down with a massive strike. And yeah, he's definitely a dragoon. Gods, how I've missed this. The air streaming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, the slight dizziness. Only a day like this that we met, wasn't it? And when we soared into those Asia skies, we never truly came back down. Flashback? Yeah, you're soaring too high, dude. Or, yeah, we are flashbacking. Do mine eyes deceive? Pig's knee of my heart, descended from Helene's halls to guide me to her bosom? Yeah, come into my arms. My beloved, my everything, long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more and lift me higher, higher, higher! But what's actually, but what is this actually? Because it's clearly an obstacle illusion. Yeah, you keep saying that, but where are you going, dude? Don't pierce her. Don't run your lance right through her. Really? Okay. Oh, he did the Hildibrand thing. He's the one stuck upside down. Are we not going to bury him properly? Alas, poor Roland. I knew him not in the slightest, but he seemed a decent man. Chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding. So yeah, what did he do? Yeah, he used his triple limit break, went into the skies, and as Gonspart watched on, lost control of his lance, and crashed head first into the ground. He basically did Hildibrand, but he was fully armored. I know, right, Cynthia? I know. But that's the Hildibrand mysteries. They're supposed to be to comedic effects. Wait, I've seen this before. All too recently. Yes, anyway. He's only mostly dead. If the Master of Magic's ancient and awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. Yeah, you have a raise spell, don't you? Don't you? Well, we're waiting. Come on. I'm waiting. Oh, you're referring to me. I see. With all haste was this. Yes, I'll get right on that. Yeah, cast that raise spell. Oh Lord, for voice of creation, Send on to me a creature of the abyss, my thought to command that how I smite... No, wait, that's no good. Let me see. Something of a rather less controversial tradition, yes. Something with more pep. A vortex of biting winds to rend the flesh. And smite my foes! You just wishboned your friend, well done. Foes? I thought you were friends! He's gonna pass out here. Yeah, like, extract your friend. Okay, he's kicking around. He's fine. Saint Reinette bogged me with a bleeding cable. My back! My back! Twould seem I've underestimated you lot. That makes two of us? Enough! Leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? Oh, great. We were followed. And Gigi is caged. Yeah, while you're paying tribute to this guy. Who are you two? Oh, it's you again. I thought I recognized you. First in Ishgard, then in Idleshire. You've been following us since we left the capital. Doris, huh? Bare faces fair, fearsome. The midnight shadow hath half deceived kings and queens. Doris! You can't possibly have seemed so naive as to think we did not see through your ridiculous disguises. Well, Seer maybe, but Hildibrand was obviously going to be fooled. And yet here you are, so effortlessly and easily lured into a trap, for which we are most grateful, mind. My companions are hardly cut out for life on the road. All has been in preparation for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes from the first. The objective of this grand design has been this singular mammoth. I swear to you, if you harm Gigi in any way... We have no desire to hurt the boy. We but require his help to reclaim that which is rightfully ours. Our youth. Why? Oh, great. It is that traditional part of a Hildibrand mystery. Now, confound it, I can't see! Yeah, smoke bomb to distract us. Oh no, the inspector still has all of his clothes in one piece. Damn, they're very slowly getting away! Yeah, after them, they're crap, how does that episode go? It's that one episode from The Simpsons where the therapist comes to Springfield and says that Bart's way of life is the way to live. But then they have the Do What You Feel festival. Like, you guys probably seen that episode. You know what I'm talking about. So aren't we gonna stop them? Papa Hildy!
Gigi! Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you.
We're really gonna let them leave? I mean, just let me go. I have the jump attack. I can use it on those three. Wow. Anyone for A9 to 11? How about just dialing 911?
12 strike me down for a fool. So desperate was I to seize the grand shells that I failed to discern their true intent before it was too late. And now poor Gigi is in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again?
I suppose we ought to be prepared for the worst. They could be halfway to Razatan by now. I very much doubt that, given that they were moving at an Adamantois's pace. Then
Milksop's right. Let's go out after the old buggers.
Yeah.
Huh. That's what my mentor used to call me, among other things. Oh, the memories.
And so now, the chase is on! Yeah, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Yeah. Which episode of The Simpsons was that? We've made a false idol of this Brad Goodman. No, you must blame the little boy. He started it all. Are they inside? I mean, it can't be that they're inside because this is, of course, the Arboretum. St. Mosian's Arboretum. They're not on top, are they? And that's not what I meant. Usually overhead can give a good, better view than this. Of course, since we're also dealing with the possibility of being attacked, we got to take that into consideration also. Yeah, where are they? Because I'm thinking that they must be hiding around somewhere, like right here. And I hear you guys are. It took a moment to find your icon. In fact, I actually ran by where these people are actually holding him. And we don't want to speak with Nashu, we want to speak with Hildibrand.
So it seems that the Grand Shells have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them.
Now let's peer over and see what's going on.
How ironic. Also how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have Gigi. Damn it, if only some manner of opportunity will present itself. Just let me fight them. I can beat the shit out of these three. They're no match for the Warrior of Light. Ask and you shall receive. We can ambush that wizened dragoon, take him hostage, and demand an exchange.
Inquisitor Shear, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnapping and ransom of his elders. No, we shall approach this problem as paragons of honor and virtue. Matthias will stalk and subdue the Grand Shar, then relieve him of his armor.
Yeah, like, what? How is stripping an old man naked more gentlemanly than taking him hostage?
Rest assured I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, Matthias.
Alright. I don't know what you're thinking, Hildibrand. But I think you're out of your damn mind. But as we've seen, every ridiculous idea has its purpose. Every ridiculous idea has its purpose in this game. Hey Orlan, come to take a piss? Because I'm about to piss on you. Oh! I knew you'd... Wait, who are you again? There's something awfully familiar about those muscular forearms. Those strong yet tender-looking fingers. Are you gay? I say, would you be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young man? This lingering ache. There's this tension that Goldspot can't seem to soothe with his magics. Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course, how silly of me. Pray lend me a hand with the strops? Help Orlan remove his armor. Oh, thank you. This worked out better than I expected. Truly, young man, you are a saint. Just doing my job. I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right, I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. And so yeah, now we're doing awkwardness again. As is the case with this sort of thing. But we're not actually massaging him, we're miming him over his head. And yet it somehow works! Oh, the healing tingle. Would I had a tincture salamander with which to treat these aches. My little pigsney used to spread some on my chest And under my nose tell me sleep through the night. And I need some more water. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back, or else I'm going to be coughing for the rest of the night. Okay, hopefully that works, and I do have a bottle of water in case it goes wrong again. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every note. Slowly, make me forget my troubles. Alright, more awkwardness and more miming. Harder, harder, higher, higher. Close your eyes and dream, snore. Massage him again. The old dragoon's soft snoring suddenly stops and you begin to fear you may have borne witness to his final moments. Leaning close to extend a hesitant finger, only to stop short when a sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. Still Orlon Savatons. Okay, fine. Like, was that so hard? With the utmost care, you remove Orlon's sabatons and breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements and at the mercy of nearby ravenous bears and tentacled morbals. May he rest in peace. Wow. Like, yeah. He's a lost cause. Don't worry about this guy. He's a lost cause. Oh, man. Alright, back to Hildibrand. Hey, I got it.
Ah, my short assistant. By your return I gather you have taken care of the dragoon. And by taking care, I mean afford him all due courtesies befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require.
Right here.
Capital. Then without further ado I shall disguise myself as Orland and free Gigi from captivity.
But you two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind.
O ye of little faith, you are in for a treat, for you shall have a front row seat to this magnificent display of Mandevillian guile and subterfuge.
Yeah, you two have been waiting for a while now. Hey, is it time for dinner yet? We just ate, you duff bugger. And where the hell's this Orland? I know he's got to take a piss every hour, but damn it, he could be at least quick about it. Yeah, so... Can we save Gigi? Fear not, we're coming for you. Maybe. So we're gonna chill out and check it out. Yep, there he goes. Walking right up to them.
Greetings, fellow antediluvians, I have returned.
Like, is this really the time for that? And even with the glowing smile to boot. Oh, bollocks. Yeah, even Matthias knows when defeat is imminent. Because, yeah, if you were paying attention to him.
It's about time. Like, what? Okay, no, that's bollocks. Like, you're gonna spoil it, aren't you? Pack up your things, I want us back on the road in 10 minutes. Before we do that, we must first release young Gigi here. It is behavior on becoming a gentleman to keep children in cages. And by that you've blown your cover. What the seven hells are you blathering about? He's going to get away! Come on, blow the cover. No, he will not. She'll here, within my care. Right then, on a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the boy with me onto a brief sojourn into wilderness. Fury, take me, it's working! He's about to walk out of there with Gigi and they won't even try to stop him! So far, so good. What's gonna fuck it up? How about the returning old man? Oh, I'm cold and there are mobiles after me. Like, should I intervene? Like, busted. Yeah, he's got all the reason to be worried. Like, yeah, yours sans your armor. I'm me, but you're also me, but that can't be unless... It dawned on him. This is it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh my dearest pig's knee, we'll be together at last. Like, what's going on here? Yeah, it's finally dawned on Doris. Yeah, come on. Point out the fake. That's not what was supposed to happen. Unless she's punching him for being deprived of his armor. Nope. Imposter! How dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so hackneyed it would almost make a minstrel blush! Ye gods, I never realized dying would hurt so much! Like, yeah, come on, what are you two waiting for? Now's your conch, Gigi. Come with me. Just don't blurt out his name. Yeah, meanwhile... Vivi, wait! My son, what's gotten into you? Vivi, where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi. What you are. A creation of the great Shaolin Archmagus Quan. Quan, I was given life by Grandpapa Quan. I remember now. We lived together and he taught me many things about the outside world. Well, at least now we know who he originally belonged to. Well, what do you exactly remember, my son? Everything. Yes, everything. I remember that Grandpapa Quan created me, that he took care of me, raised me, and that we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again. And so in his ignorance he cast you out and died all alone.
So where does that put you?
To turn back the hands of time? Then what we witnessed in the Crozier, with the Duke's priceless vase, that power could be brought to bear on people? But wait, how do you know all of this? You couldn't possibly have been associates of this Archmage Squan. We found his journals during one of our many trips into the Great Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match, but no soldier has the strength to triumph over time, and before we knew it, the hour of the sheath was upon us. Ishgard had no longer need of our services. So we came here to eke out a living, to keep doing what we do best until our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime. A second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth, with the power to take that which was broken and restore to its prime state, to turn back time with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent youth. Fury, take me, this is also... I don't even know if there's a precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy.
Because it has nothing to do with it?
We knew where to look even. With the journals, we determined that the mammoth was somewhere within the Western Highlands. A chance, for a second chance, was within reach. And then when we were forced to watch as you, imbeciles, pull Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, but you may have even the power to restore life to Archmage Squan. Vivi.
Is he gonna lose his mind?
Impossible! No magic can truly return the dead to us.
There is rays. We do have that available to white mages, you know.
At best, you can animate a corpse, and I need not review the precepts to declare that the products of necromancy are abominations in the eyes of the Fury.
Gigi, wait! What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You are a Mandeville mammoth!
You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that. But if Grandpapa Quan made me, he made me, and I miss him. So even if it fails, I have to try. What are you doing? They're getting away! We have to stop them!
Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision.
Really?
So that's the end of that chapter, eh? You're giving up going back home?
I too made a decision long ago to become a travelling inspector, and I have ever stood by it. Mayhap it is from that singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide by it. He's my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magic to pervert the natural order. It fails to me, his father, to ensure that Gigi keeps to the righteous path and Oti utilizes traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work, and cannot thank you enough for all you have done on your behalf. Yet I fear if we are to continue as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Search for a time, that I may be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully.
Well, seeing as how we can only guess at the full extent of Gigi's powers, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them.
I knew you would understand. Right then, there is no time to waste. Now, Shu, let us retire to undo the gazebo and discuss our plans.
And at least get out of the rain.
I suppose it would have been a shame if he had given up that easily. Though that means I'll have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoth's really got the power to make them young again, then...
Oh great, now you're thinking it too! Yeah, what are you looking at me for? You're not gonna get any answers out of me. Hey, Seer. I said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will, but that doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation into that mammoth and its powers in Ishgard. So I meet you back there to close this? Very well. We started it by speaking with Seer in Ishgard, and I guess we'll end it the same way. But this means we don't get to check out Hildibrand and Nashu's gazebo. That's not really a gazebo. So yeah, back to where we saw Seer earlier on. Yeah, nighttime is falling and the snow is falling too. Hey Seer. I see you saw fit to attend to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of Charlian origin. So yeah, well, they are to the fact that if anyone that does not live within their city is considered a non-believer. And I had a mind to scout them for information on temporal magics. This is of course for all the sake of confirming the mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. Why are you looking at me like that, as if to imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one? I'm sure I don't know what you are not talking about. Thank you, Matthias, that will be all. Alright. But next patch, I assume that you will have something more for us to mull over. Because yes, our inspection with the inspector will obviously continue on to the next patch, and then of course we'll also have to take into consideration the fact that he is in Idleshire now, and we'll have to talk with him more when we get to that point. Yeah, so yeah, we will see you in 2.5 there, Inspector Hildibrand. And with that, our evening of mystery here in Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward has come to a close. So, patch 3.4's side content in regards to in both Inspector Hildibrand and Inspector Briarden comes to an end here, just the same way it pretty much started, which was here in Ishgard. So, yeah, I know that Seer has quite a lot to read and a lot to mull over the next few months. And I hope that when we see him again, he'll be ready with the information that we will be needing from him. So that is going to do it from here in Ishgard, and I want to thank all of you guys who came to watch this live edition of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. And so the next time I come to you guys with more Let's Play content, I'll be hoping to show off something that I did not show off within Let's Play content, but showed within my first regular live stream with Matthias. It will essentially be a continuation of that. So when I come back to you guys next time with Let's Play content, I will show off not only that first fight because you will have missed it, but I'll also show off the new one too. And then after that, I believe we will have had sufficient time to have prepared ourselves, because there will have been enough people to take on the final 4 levels of Alexander. And hopefully, if all goes well, we can make that a live stream. So thank you very much everyone for watching this edition of this live version of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward. And until next time everyone, this is Matthew and Novaura Autism saying take care, and I'll see you soon.